We've got high hopes for this contest with these two fighters. Should be a really good matchup. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me, Johnny Nelson.
The pleasure's always mine, my friend.
It's time for our tale of the tape. Up first is the Meteor, and they will have a power advantage here. And she'll be facing Heather Hardy. And you can see who's more advanced in age.
Talk about hot seats in the house. I am so lucky to be sat where I am watching this fight live. I can tell my grandkids about this.
First up, the Meteor from South Africa, coming off a knockout victory in their last fight. Heather the Heat Hardy from the United States of America. Their last fight was a very controversial decision loss.
Oh, pure bad blood.
And now for the official introductions, we turn it over to the world-renowned Jimmy Lennon Jr.
This bout is scheduled for 10 rounds of boxing. In the red corner from South Africa, wearing the pink trunks with light red trim, the Meteor. Fighting out of the blue corner from the United States of America, introducing Heather the Heat Hardy.
We've waited a long time for this fight. It's here, and the fighters are good to go.
Take the phone off the hook. This is all I wanted to see right now, right in front of me.
Thousands of fans here in attendance tonight, but when the bell rings, there will only be two that we're talking about. So here we go. Should be a good one. They are giving us a high-tempo show. Ooh, a good straight. There's nothing quite like the chemistry between a fighter and their coach, and this partnership is working great. Some of the best action I've seen in any round, anywhere this year. A left hook can't miss. Are we about to see a first-round knockout? Good job trying to back out of trouble. Pulled her right there. Oh, and Hardy got the worst of that one, and she is backpedaling quickly. And down goes Heather Hardy. Let's see that again.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did that come from?
One, two, three, four. Give me your ball.
So the fight will continue, but what does the game plan have to look like now?
Some fighters, when this happens, this can be heartbreaking. Some fighters, it makes them angry. They want to get back into the mix again. I want to know, what sort of character are we looking at here?
And now Hardy. Oh, it may be the beginning of the end. And Heather Hardy just couldn't take anymore. She never saw that punch coming. Let's take another look.
You're right, Todd. What a shot.
One, two, three, four, five, six. Are you okay?
Well, she's been knocked out twice. Let's see how this corner handles things as they got a minute to get it together.
Unbelievable heart. Knocked down twice.
Unfortunately, this fighter not going to get more time to heal up as we get set to jump back in the action. And there's the bell to start round 2. Let's see if they can shake off the cobwebs after a disastrous last round.
I have no idea what they have left. How do you come back from something like that? Not out twice? Where's your head at? Where's your energy levels at? It tells you you've got nothing left.
She's throwing that left hook perfectly. You know, we may be in for a short fight. This fighter, an absolute animal. Look at the KO percentage. Hold on to your seats, folks. The straight right just misses. Well done with that counter shot. The jab doesn't quite connect. This boxer is a real hook specialist their opponent has got. And the Meteor crashes down to the canvas. You could see it in their eyes. They saw that punch coming, and there was nothing they could do.
Where did that come from? What a shot.
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. You on that?
So this fight will continue, but how can they get back into this bout?
Well, now it's about getting back to the corner, freshen up, get new instructions given to you, and they've got to G you up. They've got to tell you what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right.
10 seconds to go, and what domination we've seen in this round. You've got to wonder how big of a factor that knockdown's going to be we just saw.
You're being put down. You've got to think right, survive, and then give it back the next round.
The referee calling for seconds out, right back into the action. There's the bell to start round 3. She got dropped in the last round. Let's see how she does here.
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
Can't score with that jab. Beautiful counter punch. So much firepower here. This fighter has a very good win-loss record and will be tough to beat. She wasn't ready for that counter. Catch and shoot. This has been a very competitive round between these two.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them. More than happy.
She needs to be careful that she doesn't punch herself out. Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. The perfect counter lands. How about that time counter shot? Good right cross there. One of the better punches of this round. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Well, let's see what the corner has to say. She needs some sort of inspiration, a different game plan, something to turn this thing around.
The bell, sometimes it can be the sweetest sound.
Referee calling for seconds out as we get set to jump back in the action. Here we go to the fourth round. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Jab slightly off target. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Heather Hardy is now dazed. And that barrage of punches was too much for Heather Hardy. Cue up the replay machine. I have got to see that again.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did that come from?
You heard that right, ladies and gentlemen. A knockout victory and one of the biggest surprises of the year.
Oh, what a shot! What a shot! You see shots like that in the gym. At least for once, this is on TV. Thousands around the world saw that shot. They probably even heard it.